What I can tell you is when it comes starting in end of May, we also provided our national federations with, this is the type of test, these are the options you have. But the responsibility, they know their country better than we do. We did learn that there is some challenges in France when it comes to genetic testing. I think other sports are running into that too. So when we were contacted, we were concerned of other countries that may not have the ability to test. So we did provide for all the national federations, if they could get testing done, an option. But we were also letting people know that being able to rely on a test at the last moment is probably not best practices. So they had 4 months to be able to look at how we can do this. And just like all our other national federations, we provided guidance. And we were contacted by a lot of national federations that were having challenges. I think moving forward, which we all want to do, is how do we better support our national federations? And I think in the Olympic movement, other sports are going to be looking at eligibility of how we can not only be a trailblazer for our sport, but then also be able to support other national or international federations on our lessons learned. You know, our biggest concern is that we want to have sensitivity to the boxers, coaches, national federations that their boxers could not compete. You know, they work hard in the gym, they sacrifice, and we want as many boxers to compete as possible. The one thing that we do also have to look at, though, is we had over 200 boxers that were able to complete the sex eligibility testing, which we introduced, gave it to our members that it would, at the end of May, that it would be a requirement for this tournament. So, you know, we're going to use this as a lessons learned of communication. You know, at the very beginning, national federations are responsible for their boxers. However, World Boxing serves our national federation. So after this World Championships, which we're excited to be here, we're going to go back, we're going to look at our processes, and we're going to reevaluate of how we can better support our national federations and be able to make sure that as we move forward with this eligibility, that we can support our boxers, coaches, national federations, so we don't have situations like this in the future. What I can tell you is I'm not going to name fault, okay? What I am going to name is how we can do better. And again, focusing on the big picture, we have over 500 boxers here, 61 countries. And then how can we do better on this? I think we have to be sympathetic, like I said, to the boxers, the coaches, the officials that come from our national federations. But I think there's also more lessons learned. Nobody went out, we're in the boxing business, so nobody went out to, you know, have fault or not have anybody participate. And I like to say that, yeah, we're in the boxing business, not the not boxing business, but we have to follow our policies. I think we did a good job, but we also need to be able to have a great job when it comes to communication, and then support our national federations so we are successful. We have over 200 female boxers here. Our policy came out. We're following the policy, and you know, from the very beginning, that policy was developed on health and safety of the boxers first, fairness in the field of play when it comes to all boxers. It's sympathetic to the boxers who were not able to participate, but it does reassure the boxers that who are participating that everybody is eligible, just like we have an age eligibility, just like we have weight eligibility and other medical eligibility, that the people that are boxing in this tournament are following our policies and our rules so we could have safe competition, but also with integrity inside the field of play.